First off, I'd like to say thank you for coming and being part of this summit. It's the first one of its nature that we've had like this that I'm aware of, and I appreciate you coming out to be here. We all know that the last 2 years have been a challenge for our families, our kids, our schools, all of us. And the purpose of us pulling together today was to draw from the collective experience, the collective passion, the desire to help the children and families of Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia through what has been experienced that none of us has had the last 2 years. It's left its mark on us. We've had tragedies this last year like unforeseen before. We've lost children, we've lost friends, we've lost family members. We've all been touched in some way from that. And we wanted to bring together one another for several reasons. One is to support each other. You're not alone. You heard how many dittos were said from one table to the next. So you know that no matter if you're on the far end of Southwest Virginia, or if you're in Mountain City or Unicoi or Hancock County, what you're experiencing and what your kids are experiencing, your neighbors and your friends and your colleagues are also experiencing, so you're not alone. Secondly, we wanted you to know that you have a partner for the needs of the children and mental health services that is in your community, and that's us. We're one of the partners, at least, that we want to be there to meet the mental health needs of the kids and families and the needs you see in your schools and on your campuses. And thirdly, we wanted to see what are we missing? What are some of the things we need to focus on to be better and prepare ourselves? We're at the end of almost the school year, and what do we need to do to prepare for next year? One of the things that we recognized and we heard so much of, education and self-care. By the time the school year ends, you're exhausted. And by the end of that time period, we feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know if things are ever going to get any better, and it's hard to imagine things could get better. And we want to support you as our teachers, our school counselors, our administrators, because we understand how exhausting it must be. We have school people in our schools that face those similar challenges. So we want to be there to be a help to each other and support one another as we get to that point and look and see what we need to do for next year. So we're going to take what we've heard from the tables, and we're going to combine that and summarize that, and we're going to evaluate that. We want to share that with you who participated today, along with others who were not able to be here, so that we can collectively look at that picture of what the needs have been, what the gaps are, what we would like to see, and then we're going to try to figure out how do we meet that need? What do we do together? It's not just a frontier health issue, it's a Northeast Tennessee, Southwest Virginia issues, and how do we combine our talents, our gifts, and our abilities to rise up to meet these challenges and meet these gaps and face these problems collectively together. We can do that. I've been in this 30 years. I've seen us meet more challenges than I can ever imagine. And although it's been a huge one this last 2 years, we'll meet that. We've met it, and we will meet it again. And we will face it, and we will overcome it. And we will look for ways to better ourselves. We've heard some ideas. We've heard some suggestions. May not be able to meet all of them immediately, but we do want to be able to look at what can we do, how can we make use of the resources that we have, and how can we collectively meet those challenges. So we're going to summarize that. We're going to get some information back to you. We're going to collect some additional feedback back from you. The question was asked at the beginning of this by someone, are we going to do this again? I'd like to see us do this again. I haven't even mentioned that to Christy, but I think that probably would be
Hey, if everybody's up for it, I am.
a good idea. So we will look to have this again. I don't know whether we'll do it mid-year or twice a year or once a year, but to have another meeting to go together again to pull some of these resources. But if nothing else, just to look at at our collective skills and experiences and talents. And my gosh, I look around this room, and I know a lot of you I don't, some of these young faces that I see around here. I'm not saying the others are old faces, Jim. Just saying that, okay? But just saying that, and knowing that the talent you got, the experience you've got is just amazing. There's nothing that we can't face that we cannot overcome collectively together. And I can say that with confidence. Okay, there is a door prize, and I don't